we are recording. Alright, this is a test of Sony ICD SX2000, GoPro Hero 5 on the chin, and GoPro Hero 5 Session on the handlebars. Audio sync test. I hope this goes good. So we're going to fire up the little Kawasaki Z125 and see if we can do anything right so far. Whoops, I forgot to do this. Syncing audio video 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright, let's see here. Put this away. Got the Sony lavalier mic mounted here. Turn sideways so it gets left and right channels the same. With the lavalier microphone cord coming out of the helmet down here into the recorder, which is in my pocket. This guy right here. And we got her on hold. Turn this sideways, or so it's up and down. Alright, I'm going to fire up the bike now. Hopefully the audio comes out good. I'm going to check these levels. Come on. There you go. Alright, let's check these audio levels with the motorcycle running. Registering some exhaust, obviously, but I'm hoping you can hear my voice still. Audio, check, 1, 2, hello, audio. Maybe I have to talk a little bit louder than the exhaust. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more muffled with the visor down. This is audio test with the visor down. Probably going to be peaking a little bit. Hello, audio check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, it's not peaking, so I think we're going to be good. Visor down. Walking around. Little bike's fired up, so we're going to let it sit there and run for a few minutes while we make sure everything's running. That's running. Yep, that's running. Okay. Probably just take it around the block a couple times. Maybe get out on the road, bring her up to about 35, 40 miles an hour. Try to find something to talk about while I'm riding. So we're testing out a few things here. We've got brand new gloves. Worn them riding maybe once or twice, and they're finally starting to break in. Have this jacket made by Oxford, cold weather jacket. It's waterproof, insulated. Oxford pants, cold weather, waterproof, insulated. Bell Qualifier DLX helmet. Got the Sena 10S Bluetooth headset on here, and obviously the Sony voice recorder with the lavalier mic hooked into the helmet. So we're going to try this little experiment to see if I can get these videos together and the audio to sync up and see how that sounds for riding around chit-chatting about dumb crap. Here we go. Going to put a picture of the GoPro settings on the screen so I don't forget what they are. It's basically Pro Tune turned on, and a couple of settings changed. Nothing too major. And I forgot my glasses. Oh well. Not going very far anyways. Just a short ride. Yahoo! Yeah, he's a little bit freaking cold right now. Are you gonna stop? Old guy wasn't even looking my direction when he came to that stop sign. So I'm hoping the camera angles on this is also good, because I had to readjust the level of my GoPro on the helmet. Because last time I went riding with this bike with this GoPro on my helmet, it was pointed way too low, staring mostly at the street in front of me by about 30 yards, and it sucked. So hopefully this angle is better. But I'm hoping to have fun with this little experiment, just to get everything all set up. That way if I want to just hop on my bike and go for a ride and BS about whatever, that I can just kind of throw it all together and know what I'm doing. Hey, doggy. But kind of excited. My cold weather gloves are supposed to show up today. I can tell you right now, I already need them, because these things are not freaking warm. They do all right when the temperature's around 45 or 50, but I'm thinking, shit, it's cold right now. Got to be in the 30s. And I'm going to jump up here, run up here, up Summit View, and bring her up to around 40. Throw her some little bit higher RPMs just to see if I can hear myself talking, with the exhaust note droning around 7,000 RPMs. Anyways, I think I'm going to turn in up here. Ooh, I love that sound. Turn in this little shopping center and weave my way back through the neighborhood. Ooh. Did you hear that? I don't know if the microphone caught that. See if I can do it again. Maybe you hear it. Listen. Oh, I didn't do it. Anyways. Yeah. Turn around here. And cruise around in here just for a minute. Gooey shit in these parking lots. Oh, that's what they're doing. Oh, you're blowing that shit all over the place. Check this out, Beavis. City needs to get out here and sweep all this stupid gravel. I love this little bike. So comfortable now that I've lowered it, stretched it, put different tires on it, upgraded the brake lines, got a Corbin seat put on it. It's just so comfortable. You wouldn't think it would be that comfy, but it is. So it's a little too cold, a little too humid, because the inside of my visor, I wouldn't say it's not fogging up, but getting condensation in it. So I think I'm going to head back home. Wake up the neighbors. Yeah. Ooh, that popped though. It is cold. God, that exhaust sounds good. So let's go in here. I like this park. Stop right here for a minute. Oh, there she is. My Kawasaki Z125 Pro. Pretty cool. Got it, what is it, lowered 4 inches, stretched 4 inches. Got the Tst Industries taillight in it, which I need to wash because the bike's filthy now. Corbin seat, built well grips, MZS grips that everybody buys, or levers that everybody buys. It's got an upgraded LED headlamp because the stock one sucks, but that one's pretty good. Got core moto brake lines. What else? Oh, M4 exhaust. That's the GP exhaust. I think it's the best looking, best sounding Z125 exhaust that there is. What else do I have? It's got a Bazzaz fuel controller on it and a Chimera intake. The K&N filter on it. It's got these Tst Turn Signals, the smoked ones on the front, but they're disconnected because I changed and put these ones on because you can't see the smoked ones. Even when you're standing in front of it in the daytime, you can't see those. So I put these ones on here, the bar-in turn signals, and they're pretty good. They're not the brightest, but as you can see, you can at least see them. And the cool thing about these being on the bar ends, you can see them from the front and the back. So it's almost like having two turn signals in the back. So speaking of turn signals in the back, look at them. Those are cool. And it's got, let's see, what are these? It's got Michelin Power Pures on it. It's a 140/70/12 in the back and a 120/70/12 in the front. Because the stock tires that these Z's come with suck. They're not bad as far as traction is concerned, but the back tire is smaller height-wise than the front tire. Front tire is skinnier than the back tire, but only by 10. So I think it came with a 110 front and a 120 rear. So having the front tire being taller than the back tire made this bike handle extremely twitchy. It wanted to fall into corners, which a lot of guys like, but I didn't. It was like falling. You'd start to turn and you'd want to fall over going into corners, and it made the bike really twitchy. You can drive down the road and just go like this on the handlebars, and it just it wasn't like you had the death wobble or nothing. It wasn't anything like that, but that's how it felt to me when I was riding it. It just felt like it just wanted to, jitter all over the place and fall into corners. So So I changed out the tires and it handles a million times better. It's nice and solid and stable when you're cruising down the road, and it feels like a bigger bike from the stretch and the different tires on it. Another thing I did was I loosened this up, this top part here, and I tightened that right there. I don't know if you can see that, hopefully you can see that. You loosen this nut and tighten that up by about a quarter turn, and then retighten that thing, and it snugs up the bearings in it, and that helps a ton also. So I'd highly recommend doing that. But there it is. Oh, different rear sets. Those are cheap eBay rear sets. I think I got them off eBay, might have been Amazon, but they were like $100. And the cool thing about those, well, they're a pain in the ass to set up, because obviously being from China, the instructions suck, but you can pretty much take those instructions, throw them in the garbage, and you got to adjust all the ergonomics about everything, you know, foot position, you know, peg length and all that stuff, and your linkage and everything yourself, which isn't a big deal, but it does take, you know, it took me about an hour per side to get them all set up, because you got to put screws and nuts and bolts in a certain order to get these things mounted to the bike. But here's the cool thing about it. When you first buy one of these Z125s with the stock foot pegs, your knees are like this. That corner of the fairing right there will hit you right in the middle of the leg. If you're anything like me, the same height, because I'm 6'1", whatever. And my knee would hit on the fairing right here. But here's the cool thing about these rear sets. When you got your foot on there, when you cruise around like this, or even when you're, you know, foot on the brake or whatever, look at this. Your knee falls right in that fairing where it's supposed to be. Right in the indentation. It's awesome. So yeah, the ergonomics on this bike are just killer now. Just sweet. And with the Kawasaki Race Bar Z set up on this bike, it's got a slightly forward leaning to it. So when you're riding down the road, you're nice and, you know, kind of lean forward. Whereas the other one, you're more upright, but kind of just sitting there, you know, slightly hunched over. It's kind of a little bit uncomfortable. But with this having just a little bit more lean to it, lean forward, it's way more comfortable. The bike handles good. It's got good power from the minor modifications I've done to it. And I love it. So, anyways, let's get rolling again, huh? Now that I'm a little bit warmed back up now. Guys out here walking his puppies. Yeah. Let's cut through here. Yeah, my visor keeps fogging up. Too cold and too humid. Let's be a dick. So anyways, this video could all be for nothing. This microphone is too sensitive, or the gain's too high, or the exhaust is drowning out my voice, which I don't think it is. It shouldn't be anyways. Or if it just sounds like crap. But you never know. Ay, ay, ay.